Hey everybody, I have another really easy, really quick, and really nutritious meal that you can prepare for your dog at home. And that is using sardines, just regular store-bought sardines, some boiled egg, and a bit of a vegetable mix or vegetable blend, I like to call it. And this is something I like to do pretty often for my dog. It's a really nice way to get a lot of healthy, nutritious vegetables kind of all jam-packed in one, small bite. You do not have to do that today, but that is something that, like I said, I like to do quite a bit. And I also use it as a carrier for some of the supplements that I like to add to my dog's diet. And again, don't feel pressured or overwhelmed to do this piece of it. I'm going to talk about what I do, but if you just want to stick to the food piece of it, especially if you're new to feeding, real whole foods to your dog, that's totally fine. And I definitely actually kind of recommend that. Do your research, and then you kind of add things in as you go, as you learn, and as you kind of figure out what your dog needs. Now, my dog, I say this a lot, she's almost 15, so she's a senior. So my dog's needs are going to be quite a bit different from your dog. If you've got a puppy, my dog's large breed, yours dog may be small breed. So like I said, you're going to make some adjustments based on your dog's preferences, age, and any health needs they may have. So with that being said, what I love about this meal, not only is it quick, but it's super affordable. Sardines are $1 or less, especially if you buy just kind of the store brand at the regular, any grocery store. I like to get mine at Aldi. This one was from Walmart. I believe it's about $1.07, something like that. Aldi's is less than $1. If you have an Aldi in your area, definitely take advantage. But again, it's just regular sardines. Today I have sardines in water. You can also do the sardines in olive oil. I just like to keep it a little bit simpler and just do water. I don't always trust what's in a lot of oils, but that's fine if you want to do that. These are wild caught, so it's just a really great nutritional protein that's super affordable, and it's great to give to your dog, anywhere up to 1 to 2 times per week. I will say you are going to want to definitely avoid the sardines that come in other sauces and flavors like spicy mustard or whatever else you may see. Just keep it super simple. Water, sardines in water, or olive oil. So my first step for what I like to do for my dog is I start with my vegetable blend. Now, if this is something you are interested in adding to your dog's diet and are really wanting to supplement your dog with some more fresh veggies, feel free to check out my other video. But like I said, this I already had prepared. I made this maybe 2 to 3 days ago even. I believe I kept it in an airtight container in my refrigerator, and I just pull it out as I need to. Now, on a day like today, when I'm planning to give Macy some of her powdered supplements, I love to use the veggies because I just mix it all in. She'll eat it regardless, but to me, it's a nice way to get it in easier. I know it's all in there, and it's just ready to go. So the first supplement I'm adding is the moringa powder. Now, moringa, I love. I actually take it myself. It's really, really high in antioxidants and high in anti-inflammatories. And because, like I said, Macy is a senior, I'm all about whatever's going to support her joints and her immune system as she's aging. So moringa powder is really high in antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. I also like to add alfalfa powder. That's what this is here. Normally I keep these in large Ziploc bags because, powders can get a little bit messy. But again, alfalfa powder is great. This is just about a teaspoon I'm adding here. Sometimes I do a little bit more because she's a big dog. But again, this is another supplement that's really high in anti-inflammatory properties. It can prevent cancer, all that good stuff. The third thing I'd like to add, and this is something if you are wanting to consider something, I would start with kelp. Kelp is really important because it's very rich in iodine. That's what I have here. I just ordered this on Amazon. It's sea kelp, so it's an algae. And like I said, it's very rich in iodine. And why that's important is because it helps support thyroid function in your dog. So definitely consider that, do some research and see if that's something you can add to your dog's diet. And one trick I've learned over the years is I like to just get extra sets of teaspoon, or the half teaspoon, teaspoon, quarter teaspoon measuring spoons, and I just keep them in the packages that I'm using, so I don't always have to like stop and, oh, where's my teaspoon, where's my half teaspoon? You just have it there ready to go. So that's just a little tip. So far I've added the moringa powder, the alfalfa powder, and I just added kelp. And again, because Macy's a big dog, I give her about a teaspoon roughly, sometimes a little bit more. If your dog is over like 30 pounds or more, a teaspoon is pretty average dosage. That's good. If you have a really big dog, like, a 100-pound dog, you could definitely get away with about 2 teaspoons. But like I said, do your own research and then adjust if your dog is a smaller breed, less than 30 pounds. I don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole of dosing and supplements because it's so much to it. But today I'm just kind of showing you what I'm doing for my dog, who's about almost 15, and she's doing amazing. And she's a Shepherd Retriever mix. And then this last supplement I'm adding today, this is chaga mushroom. Now there are a lot of mushroom supplements out there, but I love chaga because, and again, I take it myself as well. So you and your dog can get healthy together. But chaga is great because it boosts, it's an immune system booster. So who doesn't need that? It also has anti-cancer properties, much like alfalfa does as well. Again, very rich in antioxidants and also anti-inflammatory. And the other cool added benefit with chaga mushroom is that, and some other mushroom powders as well, is that it has some pain relieving properties, which if any of you at home are dealing with a dog that's kind of battling cancer or any other kind of chronic illness, that's definitely something you might want to look into. It's just great. If you can go the natural route, that's what you're going to want to do whenever possible. So far I have my vegetable blend, and I've just literally just kind of dumped the powders in. I'm now going to add my MSM. Again, this is another powder that's really great for joint support. It also has anti-inflammatory properties, and it can also benefit your dog's skin and coat. So I know, like I said before, this seems like a lot. And again, this is just a formula that I've developed over the years that I've found that has worked really well for my dog. But again, do some research and figure out what's going to be best for your dog. So the last thing I just added just now, like I said, was MSM for joint support. I do like to add, when possible, a good omega-3 oil. And I actually take the fish oil. I take the same one that I give Macy. But another trick I've developed over the years, when my dogs were younger, I would just give them vitamins by mouth, because at the time I had 2 large breed dogs. I had a giant schnauzer and then Macy. And they were primarily on a raw diet, and so I didn't really have the option of mixing supplements in with something else, like, a veggie blend or a home prepared meal, because I just wasn't feeding them that way at that time. So I would just give it to them by mouth, just like you would a pill or something. But now that I do make a home prepared meal, another thing I like to do for things that come in capsule form, like these omega-3s, most of them do. I like to take however many you're planning to give your dog. I just did a couple for Macy this morning. I did this already. I had just dropped it in this glass measuring cup, and then I just poured a little warm water from the tea kettle, and I just let it sit for a minute while I was kind of gathering all my other supplies. And it's just nicely dissolved it was just water. And then that's nice. A nice thing you can just add to the mixture. Adds a little more moisture. And that's it. So you don't have to really mess around with jamming supplements down your dog's throat. And again, every dog is different, just like people. Some can take capsules and pills and vitamins really easily, no problem. And for some, it's a battle, and you don't need a battle. Nobody needs anything in their life to be harder. So again, this is just something that I've just developed over the years, or a system basically that works works for me. And if this works for you, that's amazing. That would be great if that's helpful. So again, this was my veggie blend that I had already started with. And now it's a really nice, deep, rich green, because most of these supplements that I've added, the moringa, alfalfa, kelp, are all green. And then the chaga powder, mushroom powder, is a nice brown color. In my veggie blend, I just had, if you're curious, I just had blended up, like I said a couple days ago, some organic mixed greens that I had left over from what was intended for our family. Zucchini, some broccoli, some green peas, a little bit of apple, and a little bit of carrot. So that's basically what's in here that got mixed in with all of the other supplements that I'm adding. So here's her bowl. I'm gonna just add that in. That's kind of my base. That's kind of how I look at it. This is the part that's most jam-packed with nutrients. So I want to make sure she gets it all, which is why I like to blend it. What else can I tell you? So once that's in the bowl, I like to go for the sardines. Now with sardines, you have to watch. A lot of them do have salt. And if that's, you know, dogs don't really need salt. So you can drain off that liquid. But I don't give Macy sardines more than like I said, maybe once or twice a week. So I'm not super concerned about her salt intake. And the amount of liquid in the can is not a lot. And if your dog is, like I said, kind of picky, kind of new to eating veggies, or kind of new to just taking certain supplements or some other new foods, using the broth or sauce from different things can add a lot of tastiness to it. And again, I just like to add it because mostly for me, because I don't like to waste. So I just poured the liquid on top, and then out come the sardines. And there you go. So that's basically where we're at right now. I do have a couple other things that I'm gonna add. So this is the veggie blend on the bottom with all the supplements mixed in, and then the can of sardines just plop right on top, and that's what you got. And then this, again, because Macy is a bigger dog, I like to really give her a nice meal in the morning to get her started. These are just a couple of boiled eggs. You can do no eggs, you can do one egg, you can do whatever you want. You can also scramble eggs, and other versions of eggs is fine. But this is nice because it's quick and easy. I'm usually boiling eggs for the kids anyway in the morning. And I just break it up and just drop it in. And again, my dog's not picky. I just like to make it look pretty. And there you go. So she's got the veggie blend with her supplements mixed in, her can of sardines, and then a couple of boiled eggs. And the last thing I like to add is a little bit of probiotic, which I don't always do every single day. But when I have this on hand and I remember to buy it at the store, this is something that I've been using quite a bit because it's mainly for probiotics, obviously. But this is kefir or kefir. I'm probably not saying that right. I just say kefir, but I think it's kefir. But regardless, you can get this at any grocery store. I always buy plain, never flavored. You don't, it's unsweetened. That's what you want. Again, this is for your dog, and even for you, you don't want to really add a lot of the added sugars if you can avoid it. But kefir is excellent for probiotics, and if your dog has an upset stomach, this is a great thing to add for that as well. And I don't really measure it anymore just because I've been doing this for so long, but roughly about a quarter cup. But I just kind of drizzle it in, and sometimes I'll just pour it just on one little section of the bowl, and then that's it. So she's got a loaded, jam-packed breakfast here. The kefir or kefir, the boiled egg, sardines, and the veggie blend on the bottom. And that's it. She's good to go. That hasn't taken me that long to make. And again, if you take out the step, I mean, my steps might be a little bit more than what you're going to need to do for your dog. But again, it's just quick, easy, and whatever you have on hand, you can make those adjustments as you need to. And then her last couple of supplements that I add, again, because she's a senior dog and I like to support her joints, is her chewable joint supplement. I usually just drop it in, or I just lay it next to her bowl because she loves these. She has no problem eating these. So today I'll just drop them in. And then I do like to add a chewable multivitamin. I've been buying this one for years. She'll take it plain. There's no need to disguise it. It's also a chewable. It's a nice little bone shape. It's cute. But anyway, I just like to, you know, cover all my bases. I'm really intentional about what I'm feeding her and trying to balance and make sure she is getting all the nutritional support that she requires, because I am making home prepared meals. But a nice daily multivitamin, I figure, is not going to hurt. And so I put that in there as well. And that's it. She's done. I'm done, and she's ready to eat her breakfast. I hope this was helpful. And feel free to check out my other videos. I am going to do another video just about supplementation and what you can do on a budget, ones you should start with, things like that. Because it can be overwhelming if you feel like you got to run out and buy all of these things all at once. And I honestly don't recommend it. Just add things in slowly. Like I said, based on your dog's needs, their age, their weight, all of that good stuff. But again, I hope this was helpful. And I'm going to go feed my dog.